What's up everybody, Fnaf Central here, and today I present you top 5 scariest Five Nights at Freddy's fan games of all time. Now remember, this video is in my opinion. It's my opinion. It's not like, on a graph, this game is the scariest or this game is the least scariest. This is my opinion based on all the games I've played, which I think are the top 5 scariest Five Nights at Freddy's game. So without any further ado, let's get right into it.
Happy birthday to you. Say cheese. I will not be replaced.
Coming in at number 5, I have Five Nights at Chuck E. Cheese's. Now, one of the big reasons I have it here on this list is because Chuck E. Cheese is real. Now, if Chuck E. Cheese wasn't real, this game probably would not even be on the list. It's honestly not that bad of a game. It's not that scary, and the atmosphere is pretty scary though. But the reason I have it on here is because of how real the game is and how scary it is. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know that what Chuck E. Cheese's is, right? Like, it's a real restaurant where animatronics are entertaining kids there. They walk around sometimes. Well, the animatronics don't walk around, but it's somebody in a suit. And it's pizza, arcade games, just like Five Nights at Freddy's. So, if Five Nights at Freddy's was Chuck E. Cheese, like if Five Nights at Freddy's was in real life but in Chuck E. Cheese, that is what would be happening. And none of us would know that this security guard just at this random Chuck E. Cheese location is going through all of this terror and dread, and then maybe one day ends up dead, but we never know because, we would just be basically living inside of the Five Nights at Freddy's world. And another thing is, Chuck E. Cheese is terrifying. Chuck E. Cheese is one of the scariest restaurants I've ever been to. It has probably the scariest animatronics I've ever met. Probably even scarier than any of the animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's, like any game. Even Fnaf 4 or something like Help Wanted. Like, that is terrible. It is so scary. Like, look at Chucky. He is the most terrifying animatronic I think I've ever seen, especially with the bird one. I forgot her name. Wasn't it like Helen Henny or something like that? I don't know. But Helen Henny and the chicken, or not the chicken, Chucky, they like send dread and fear down my spine, and that is the reason why they come in at our number 5 spot. Only because the animatronics are terrifying and because it's real.
You best run, boy! Hello there! Over! Get him!
And coming in at number 4, I have the Freddybear Archives. Now, this game is actually not very well known around the Five Nights at Freddy's fan community, but I'll tell you, this game is absolutely terrifying, especially in the endgame segment with Foxy and Molten Freddy and Mangle. That stuff is a big no-no. So basically what makes this game so terrifying, one, it's free roam, so that's even more scary than if it were just a sit and play, watch around the cameras, like any other Five Nights at Freddy's clone or fan game. But no. This game, you have to run around the whole warehouse and collect items, and there's multiple endings. So if you get a certain amount of certain items for a certain door, then you go through that door. If you get a certain items for another door, you go through that door. And each time it gives you a different ending. So the endings I want to talk about is the Foxy ending, the Molten Freddy or Mangle ending. I forgot which one it was, but especially in the Mangle ending, oh my gosh, that one is terrifying. You're climbing through a vent trying to escape the facility, and then it's either Mangle or Molten Freddy chasing you through the vents at like Mach speed, and that is so scary. Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. Just imagine like you're just quietly crawling through an air vent, and then you just hear a really loud like sprinting inside of a ventilation system at you. Ugh, it scares me a lot. And then the Foxy ending, you're in a parking lot, you're running around, and then there's Foxy just roaming around the parking lot. You can't hide behind anything. You just gotta pray to God that he doesn't see you, and that is so scary. Especially his parrot. His parrot flies around and tries to look for you too. The parrot is what makes it really, really hard, because that thing, I swear, can see you from across the universe. But yeah, that is the big reason why this game is so terrifying. Especially, and another thing, Oh my gosh, Rockstar Bonnie. Rockstar Bonnie, he's basically like a weeping angel. He just he doesn't even walk actually. Every single time you look around and he's behind you, he teleports to you, just like closer and closer and closer until one time you forget, and then he kills you. It's so terrifying. Just like especially when you get out of a locker and he's just there like looking at you. That is the most terrifying thing I could think of. Oh, and then Fredbear, if the timer runs out, this gigantic animatronic just starts sprinting full speed at you. It's faster than you. It looks absolutely terrifying. Oh, this game is so scary. I couldn't finish it because of how scary it was. But yeah, that was the Fredbear Archives. I really recommend you guys play that game. And that was our number 4 spot. So let's move on to our number 3 spot. All of you know this game. The Joy of Creation. It is one of the most popular Five Nights at Freddy's games of all time. It may even be more popular than some of the actual games. But oh my gosh, this game, absolutely terrifying. It has cutscenes, it has different nights. The nights are like not the same, not even remotely. The first night, you play as a little kid inside of a room and you try to fend off the animatronics. Second night, you play as the mom. Third night, I'm pretty sure you play as Scott. And then the fourth night, I forgot, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this game is absolutely terrifying. Not only is it a story mode game, but it's also a free roam game. I'm pretty sure back in early release, the game used to be free roam, where you can walk around the house, outside, attic, basement, wherever, and then there will be a different animatronic chasing you. Now that was terrifying, especially the Foxy and the Chica level. Oh my gosh, those levels scared me so bad, especially Chica. I had no idea how to fend her off, and she was so unbelievably fast. I had no idea how to do anything. She kept killing me. It was absolutely terrifying. And then the ending of the game, that is when you play like a normal Five Nights at Freddy's clone game where you use cameras, you sit at one spot and you try to fend off the animatronics. Now, that game is not only scary, but it's also extremely creative and cool. I really, really like that game. And another reason the game is so terrifying is because of the designs of the animatronics. Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy, especially Bonnie taking on his like withered form. He has one arm. He's really aggressive and really mad at the same time. I just really, really love this game. It's one of my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's fan games of all time. Not only that, but it is absolutely so difficult and terrifying. Oh, it's so scary. Oh man, especially like Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Freddy's not that bad, but you know, he can still get you. Alright, that was our number 3 spot. Now we're moving on to our number 2 spot. And coming up from number 2 in our list will be Five Nights at Freddy's Juniors. Now this game, I'm pretty sure almost everybody in the Five Nights at Freddy's community as of lately has played this game. This game was shooting all around Game Jolt because of how terrifying the animatronics looked. So for this game being based on a little kid's restaurant, like basically Five Nights or Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, but for smaller kids, this restaurant was 100 times more scary than the original. I mean, just look at Bonnie, look at Freddy, look at Chica, look at Foxy, look at Balloon Boy, and look at the puppet. Like, oh my goodness. How are you about to say that these characters right here are less scary than these characters right here? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, oh my goodness. And then the gameplay is utmost terrifying. Like, you're always on edge that an animatronic is gonna come into your office and get you, but they can't. They have no mechanic to where they can get into your office and get you. Only way that they can get you is if their stability goes down to 0, or if you call in an animatronic for repairs and that animatronic is possessed, then that animatronic will get you. Now, it is absolutely a really fun game, especially the Mangle segment. The Mangle segment is probably the scariest segment in the entire game. Mangle is probably the one that scares me the most because, well, she has an entire part dedicated to her. Not only that, is she's a combination of everybody else, basically, as we can see in the little tapes after we beat a night. The animatronics are delivering like little parts of themselves to a room so Mangle can be built. It's really terrifying. Mangle herself is one of the most scary animatronics in any Five Nights at Freddy's fan game, clone game, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the game is so terrifying. The gameplay is pretty cool, actually. Like, it really has a really interesting mechanism of finding the possessed animatronics. I don't think any game has ever done that before, and this game is the first. So this game gets to hold that card forever, and especially, there is no time on the day. There is no 6 a.m. There is no 12 a.m. Once you complete your tasks, you leave. It's basically like Pizzeria Simulator. Once you get everything that you need done, you can leave. But that's like a really big part of the game, because you can't just sit there, watch these terrifying animatronics on the camera while you're, doing your tasks, and then once you're done with your task, you gotta wait till 6 a.m. Nope, you could just get out immediately. And that's why I like this game so much. Not only because it's terrifying, but because it's not relatable, because, jobs keep you there for all eternity until everything's done. But yeah, that was our number 2 spot. Let's move on to our number 1 spot.
Wanna see my head come off? Wanna see my head come off?
Okay, our number 1 spot. It has 3 different games, but the one we are going to be talking about is Applesauce. Now, this game, oh my goodness, it is nightmare fuel. This game is so scary. One, it takes what Chuck E. Cheese had, but it doubles it. Not even doubles, it probably quadruples it in scare factor. Not only is Mickey Mouse like a really well-known childhood icon for little kids around the entire world, but then they take Mickey Mouse from looking like this and then turn him to look like this. Now, this game is so scary, especially how the mechanics work. The jump scares are actually really scary. The mechanics is terrifying, the atmosphere is terrifying, and then, oh my gosh, I gotta talk about the segment. Okay, if you die in the game, right, you get teleported to somewhere that I call Purgatory. Now, this is where there's like 40 different animatronics chasing you, and you gotta find different Mickey Mouse heads around the camera system, and if you do, you get a second chance at life. But 99 times out of 100, you die in Purgatory, so you never get a second chance, and that is absolutely terrifying. Now, I don't even know if they're animatronics. I think their costumes are just beings. But the things that scare me the most in this game have to be Mickey version 2, Daisy. I think it's Daisy. No, Minnie. It's Minnie. Minnie and Goofy. Those 3 are absolutely terrifying. And then maybe the big thing in the attic, but we don't really see him. We only see him once they jump scare us. But, still, that is very, very terrifying, and something I do not want to see ever in my attic. So, especially with the, oh man, what was it? Oh, the Notebook. I always forget about the Notebook where you have to erase Shadow Mouse, but that itself is also really scary, and that is why Applesauce is our number 1 pick. But, another thing, the other 2 games are also really scary, especially Five Nights at Treasure Island Rebooted. That game was really scary. I got really scared playing that. And then the original, the classic version, I watched somebody play that when I was really young. That game actually made me have nightmares. So this entire franchise has been a big thing in my childhood for making me not be able to sleep, which is why that the entire franchise, especially Applesauce, is at number 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please let me know down in the comments, and then show your support by liking the video, subscribing, turning on notifications, and giving me some ideas down in the comments. What videos do you guys want to see next? Whatever video I post, or not post, my fault, pin in the comments section will be the one I post next. So you guys better leave me some good ideas. So if I pin it, that'll be the next video. Also, don't forget to join my Discord. Links in the description. We have a lot of fun there. It's really fun. We post new videos. We show our fan art. We make memes, and then we just talk. It's really fun. And sometimes we even go into voice chat and just talk and play games. So that is really fun. Make sure to join that. Anyways, I've talked enough. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.